God damn. Gotta love those intros and outros. They are great. Folks, welcome to Friday. You have finally made it to the final working day of the week. And what better time to get on with the weekend when Lunc is moving upwards. Things are starting to look a little bit more positive, and this merely just could be speculation. Okay, we did a 13x previously just on speculation. So before we dive into this, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment. Let me know what you're doing this weekend. Let me know what you are drinking. I'm drinking coconut water this morning. I'm trying to flush my system out of just toxins. I do this every so often. I think coconut water is one of the best things to do this with. So if you've watched my previous videos about the Trojan horse, and we do this every quarter, I get moaned at every quarter for the same video, but it's the same video every quarter, and it's a Trojan horse. It's a slippery slope. It's meant to get in there to ultimately, and it's been proven in this proposal we're going to go over in this video, that these people want to destroy our blockchain. So before we go anything further into this, the proposal for Six Samurai's community sentiment has just been rejected. The rejected proposals don't show up, and this is a very, very simple fix that has never ever been addressed. Why do I think this is so important right now? Because we have no registry of what's been rejected. So if something gets proposed again, we can never go back and say, hey, look, this has already gone up a week ago. It went up a day ago. It failed. And now they're proposing it again. It's one of those ones where people will just keep trying because there's no substantial evidence to back things up. Yes, there's ways of doing different things with the Debian client to actually get this list checked out, but ultimately the UI for this is broken, and the UI is what you're looking at here. So if you have watched a previous video on the Trojan horse, I'm going to leave a link to it at the end of the video. If you haven't watched it, scroll all the way to the end, get the link to that, or go on the channel and look at that. We only posted it a couple of days ago. Now, I mentioned in this video that it was a Trojan horse. It was a slippery slope in intention to get this fake team in, to get a paycheck, to ultimately destroy this blockchain. It's always about destroying this chain, I think, for these people. And for me, this has become hugely evident, and I've had to stay very professional up to this point in this video. We're 3 minutes 20 in, and I'm sorry, but I just have to absolutely laugh at these people. This is not Six Samurais. This is simply Six Ronins, okay? I think something that everybody needs to understand right now is the person who's proposed this double-signed and tombstoned their validator. That is the level of competence you're dealing with, right? Another thing that is absolutely hilarious in this is this part. Migrate Columbus 5 to Columbus 6. It reduces the sync time for archive nodes and streamlines the network. This is laughable on so many different scales, and speaking with developers behind scenes, it becomes even more laughable. Columbus 6 doesn't exist, right? What they're saying here is destroy Columbus 5. And when I say destroy Columbus 5, this is the most nuclear option that is available, right? Every single thing that has been built on this blockchain would become destroyed. It is the nuclear of nuclear options. Tobias wanted to walk this route once before, and I was heavily against it because a nuclear option removes everything, every smart contract, everything. And for some people, that may sound great, a clean slate, but you have not put the hours, weeks, the nights, the days, the amount of cultivating that goes into simply making an auto compound module that nearly all of the validating base use. Right? That would be gone. It'd be destroyed. We'd have to rework everything. And I mean everything. All of the projects. And why would this be even a thing that they decide to do? Because there's so many zombie contracts on chain. I get it. I really do get it. But that doesn't give us the right to drop a nuclear bomb on the blockchain and act as if it's a network upgrade or a migration. It's not. It's a hard fork. And I can guarantee you now, if this team get into place, they will do that immediately. And they will destroy this blockchain the same way Bilbo destroyed his own validator and then laughed at his delegates about it. Oh, and if you are delegating with a clown like this, right, who's going to tombstone their own validator and double sign, you really need to rethink things. We've done a video previously on this channel and we have pointed out that these developers are not real. We have offered them a podcast time and time again, and they do not want to voice docs. And you really think that funding a team like this is a good idea? I have to laugh. I have to absolutely laugh at this. The worst part is, right, is this comes up every single spend quarter. And the people who add power and weight to this kind of proposal are the team that are denying the community the chance to work with them. I see a lot of people saying, work together, you should work together, work together. Well, what have we done here at HCC? We followed governance. We tried to work with the L1 team, and what happened? We got ignored. We got told our proposal wasn't what we said it was. We saw deals brokered behind doors, and now we don't get any information whatsoever put our way. This is 2.2 billion LUNC currently. 2.2 billion LUNC for a team made up of fake people, right? So let's go and let's look at the most recent spend proposal we have for an L1 development team recently. 1.2 billion. That makes them look cheap, and that is expensive. That's a lot of money paid to a bunch of clowns. Once again, I honestly believe the only nuclear option that needs to come forward right now is ejecting all of these clowns. And I call them clowns here this morning. It's Friday. I've had my coconut water. They're clowns. They have no respect for the community, they have no respect for themselves, and they have no respect for governance whatsoever. The only nuclear I want to see is a tactical nuke that hits these people hard, removes their paychecks, removes all of them, and just get rid of them as a whole. Honestly, defunding and taking pause and taking a month to find good developers would probably do the price justice. The idea and the thought, right, and the articles that would get put forward merely on us finding a team that was KYC'd, that have a good reputation. And a lot of people are against KYC devs, but I'm not. Like, I get it, people in DeFi don't want to KYC. I get it, it's your right, that's why you're in DeFi, but that shouldn't be the case for developers or anybody that is being paid to develop this chain. At some point, this chain's going to need an audit, right? It's going to need an audit, and we haven't even got enough money close to being able to afford an audit, but we need one. We need one. If we want to remain on blockchains, if we want to remain in the position that we are, we need these things done. And for everybody who's sitting there thinking, well, Bilbo's bringing the repeg, they're doing all of these different things, right? If the repeg team are so heavily for the repeg, why is USTC still being distributed from the community pool? Why are all the native stable assets still being distributed from the community pool? Why would you not hit things at the root, even while you're supposedly in talks with all these CXs? Why would you not work on multiple different things, i.e. putting a proposal up, for example, and gauging sentiment in the community like they keep doing and keep getting rejected for? Why not do the same thing about removing USTC from the Oracle Rewards pool? Because it's blasphemy. Because it's blasphemy for a team like this to stick their necks out and say to everybody, we got to drop all of your rewards. We've got to remove USTC, and if we all pay you all LUNC, it's not going to work out. So we just have to remove it. They're not doing it because the sentiment around the USTC quant team is not very good at the moment. What you've seen is a very active team spending all of their time in Twitter spaces and on Twitter to getting paid to instantly just going silent. I honestly, solely and humbly, and it's my own opinion and I stand by it, that this team is fake. Bilbo Baggins is not a real person. Neither is Solid Snake, neither are none of these people. And they are more than welcome to prove me wrong by coming on a podcast and bringing this whole development team on together. And we can have one big happy podcast about this great team, supposedly. People can go over all of their CVs and and all of these different things. But ultimately, I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm not that stupid. I'm not buying into a load of artificial intelligence written stuff where you've just given key information and then probably cultivated it by changing a few things here and there. I think people underestimate the power of artificial intelligence in this day and age, and how people utilize it to actually respond to people quite quickly. There are bots out there. There are things available that can generate auto responses, and you can set what is confines for this artificial intelligence. So for example, you could limit its responses and only allow it to take its information specifically from the cryptocurrency Terra Classic, as to which you can actually teach these bots to learn, right? So people need to understand that shorting a coin like LUNC from the top to the bottom, there's a lot involved in it. And while people are waiting for other coins to go up, it's absolutely no skin off their nose. This is what they're good at. This is what they do. Like I said, this is a group of Ronins. They're not real. They're fake. They don't exist. And like I said, they're more than welcome to come on a podcast. And when I say come on a podcast, I don't mean one of them. I mean all of them. If they're all real people, they'll have no problems coming on to speak on a podcast, right? Exactly. So my humble opinion is this is a Trojan horse. It will be a no with a veto every time from me and the node, simply based on the fact that I've been here from the beginning. I'm not an idiot. I'm not going to have my pants pulled down. I'm not going to allow a Trojan horse to enter this community, and I will do everything within my power to prevent this from happening and to show people that these are fake accounts. They were all made on the same day. The likelihood of 3 of those accounts being made on the same day is slim to, it doesn't add up. None of it adds up. I'm not buying any of this. And the reason why I know this is all artificial intelligence is you can use bots to actually find out if this was written by artificial intelligence simply on where certain things have been placed. This is AI generated. And like I was saying, right, this is a person who double signed their validator. And they want to take charge of development of this blockchain and move us to Columbus 6, which doesn't exist. It's laughable at best. It's honestly laughable at best. We don't need any. Why would we establish a USTC testnet when we paid an L1 team to do this previously, and then the USTC team told the L1 team they're not to develop a testnet, and the L1 team agreed to that? So then why would the team who made the other team stop working on it, then bring that forward in their plan? It's a Trojan horse each and every time. Implement the alliance module. We don't need anybody to implement the alliance module, right? It comes as a free gift. What's going to happen is Luna is going to release a new station, as to which our network, which is Columbus 5, will remain on that station. We will be part of Alliance, and we will be able to utilize it in the same way we utilize IBC connections. As TFL have stated themselves, it is as simple as just putting a proposal up on, for example, Kajura, and then another one on Luna Classic, and both of those proposals coming out as an outcome of yes, and that connection being created. It's as simple as that. I'm not buying this. Implement sane tombstoning protection for validators. Oh, that is, I don't know what the word for it is. I think ironic. It's ironic they want to alter the system so tombstoning doesn't happen. So then they can allow for double signing, which is absolutely ridiculous. This is not a team you ever want to even let them have control over a block of cheese, because I can tell you something now, they would sell their sisters out for a bloody slice of it. Folks, have a really nice day. Stay safe, stay humble, stay aware, and beware of cheese slices. Catch you in the next one.